body of a young baron named Owen-nap. The year was the 8th century, and from what I could tell, not the same continuum that I came from. Many things were the same, and many different. Why I was here I had no idea, but I promptly put my engineering knowledge to work to improve the lives of my people. I had just realized that I needed more people to make progress. Not total body count, but specific trades. I would need to go to London sometime in the future to recruit them. Number 1 on my list was an alchemist. They wouldn't know chemistry, but I could remedy that. Their understanding that chemical reactions could change things was a plus. A master glassmaker was an absolute must. Most important was someone who could lead the effort to measure to the nearest 1,000th of an inch. Those were the hard sciences. I also needed someone who knew the geographical world as it exists here. I had seen enough to know that the textbooks I had memorized didn't completely match up with this world. Then there was a person who knew the nations and politics of this new world, at least new to me. I also needed a master trader to handle foreign ventures. They would need military support. My list kept growing. A monk broke me out of my reverie, asking if they could use the keep as a census headquarters. There was no reason why not, so I gave my permission. But it brought up the question of who I would leave in charge of Perth Tuan and Wadebridge. I was running short of experienced people. I decided to put off that worry until tomorrow. Lady Eleanor would be joining me, and she might have some insight. At least I wouldn't have to change the title of the barony again. The barony of the Middle Counties still worked. Of course, the flag would have to be redesigned. Then there was the new, to me, surrounding baronies. Adjacent to Perth Tuan were Luanit and Bolvanter. Next to Wadebridge were Gabberton and Pennsylva. All these were on the maps I remembered from the future, but none were in the same place, adding to the evidence that I was in a different timeline or universe. These differences weren't of much import now, but would become critical when I sent out expeditions to bring back raw materials and riches. In the meantime, I would expand our spy network into these counties. I still hadn't filled the position of spy master to run a network. It was imperative that this was done soon. The management team I was building was doing well, but they couldn't do it all. Several of them were good in their current positions, but the expanded barony might be beyond them. I would discuss each person with Eleanor and get her opinion. My lady arrived mid-morning the next day. She looked exhausted but was almost manic in her excitement. She had never been involved in a war before. War was a strong word for this small-scale battle, but it had changed my barony and the surrounding countryside. If war was diplomacy by other means, we had a war. The Baroness's own accompanied her. I had given up thinking they worked for me. My messenger girl, Linda, came with her. That would be handy. Since it was new territory and we didn't know the inhabitants, I asked Eleanor if one of her guards could accompany her on her missions. With Thad at my side to take notes and prepare messages and Linda to deliver them, I was all set to go. The question was where to go. Acting too fast would create more problems than solutions. After stabilizing the food and health situation, I should have a complete survey of the area completed before any major changes. Even Hyper Eleanor agreed this was the best course of action. John Stewart suggested we assign 5 guards under a sergeant to maintain peace in each barony while we sorted things out. I told him to take care of it. Rather than dragging Eleanor back on the road, we spent the day in the Wadebridge Keep interviewing the staff. It didn't take long to figure out the Keep's steward was hated by all. He abused his position. He had disappeared in the fighting and was probably still running for his life. The young serving girls wanted him hunted down. We didn't waste time on him, other than issuing a death warrant if captured. 2 girls were seen with knives from the kitchen, checking out hiding.